Hello everyone, welcome back to Super Kalam. I am your mentor and teacher Arpita Sharma, and this is going to be the most important and worth your time energy investment initiative. This is the previous year question initiative that we have started on Super Kalam. And I understand, I know you will be asking, ma'am, what is different in this initiative? PYQs तो हर कोई एनालाइज कर देता है, तो इसमें क्या डिफरेंट है? वो तो हम खुद भी कर लेंगे. But what if I ask you, do you know that 80% of UPSC prelims questions are going to be from these repeated themes, which I'm going to share in the coming minutes? Then, will you be interested? But you will say, ma'am, you will just highlight the topics which we have to study. Practice तो हमें ही करनी पड़ेगी, आप क्या करवा रहे हो? The answer again lies in your question. आपको खुद से अलग से कुछ नहीं करना है. आपको अपना रजिस्टर लेकर आना है पॉलिटी का क्लास में, and we are going to solve the questions. We are going to understand the traps in the question, and I have not written what trap is there in this question. Why? Because I'm going to solve it and show it live to you. The trap, we are going to identify it together. Then we are going to solve the last 10 years most important PYQs, and I'm going to show you how from NCRTs most of the questions are repeated. Easy 2 marks कहाँ से आते हैं, miscellaneous question कैसे solve करना है, changing pattern of prelims from 2016 onwards, how many of the above is or are correct, ये भी solve करेंगे. I will teach you elimination technique also. I will teach you how to identify conceptual versus factual versus applied questions, and that is how we are going to conduct this class. So this class is not your usual PYQ initiative class, but this class is going to be a one-stop solution for PYQ practice. And today we are starting from polity. I am also going to predict some kind of topics from the current affairs which might come in your upcoming prelims exam. So pay very thorough attention to this class, because at the end of this class, I'm going to give you a class test. And I want all of you to apply the techniques that I teach you in this class while giving the class test. So are you guys ready? Sab log ready ho? Please take out your polity registers, everyone. And after this class ends, you have to tell me your feedback in the comment section so that I can make another class on another GS subject. Okay? If your feedback comes, only then I'll take another class. Okay? So we are going to cover up 2015 to 2024. Why the last 10 years PYQs? 2015 bhi nahi, 2014. Why last 10 years? Because in the last 10 years, massive pattern change happened. I'm also going to make you aware the kind of questions now they are asking. Okay, we need to understand UPSC's mindset if we want to give their exam. है ना? चलो, before we start this session, here are small questions that I'm going to first make you go through. You invest 1 minute time or 50 seconds time to just go through these three questions. Just read them. Okay, I'm waiting. पढ़ लो इसको अच्छे से. You must have noticed one thing, the type of question that they are asking. I want all of you to pay attention to what I'm going to share. First, I'm going to highlight this. Second, I am going to highlight this. Third, I am going to highlight this. Now pay major attention on screen. This side, we have two questions from 2015. This side, we have one question from 2024. Now look at 2015 side. The first question, the type of question is multi-statement. This is the type of question, multi-statement. This is called direct question. And this is called a question where elimination technique has been removed. This is the new pattern based question. Okay? We have identified first thing. एक चीज की awareness हो गई आपको. This is the first thing that you need to notice. Now, second thing, you need to be aware that in this kind of question, we can easily apply elimination technique. हम यहाँ पर आराम से elimination technique apply कर सकते हैं. Now, what exactly is elimination technique? Where you eliminate the wrong statement. In this question also, we can apply elimination technique. You can eradicate wrong statement and hence you can come out to the right statement or the right option. ठीक है, इसको मैं ऐसे कर देती हूँ. ठीक है, but here elimination in 2024 based question, elimination technique cannot be applied. Why? The question says how many of the above are correctly matched. They have given you the name of the party, they have given you the name of the leader. पोस्ट इंडिपेंडेंस इंडिया में आपको ये पढ़ने को मिलेगा. इट इज ऑल्सो देयर इन दी स्पेक्ट्रम पब्लिशर के द्वारा जो पब्लिश्ड बुक है मॉडर्न हिस्ट्री की, उसमें भी आपको आराम से ये पढ़ने को मिल सकता है. इवन इन एनसीईआरटी पोस्ट इंडिपेंडेंस इंडिया, वहां पर भी क्लास 12th एनसीईआरटी यू कैन कवर इट. बट द क्वेश्चन इज सेइंग हाउ मेनी ऑफ द अबव. नाउ कैन यू अप्लाई गेस ओवर हियर? क्या यहाँ पर गेस अप्लाई कर सकते हो? नो, बिकॉज इट इज टेस्टिंग योर factual knowledge, how factually alert you are about the party and the leader. Only if your factual knowledge is strong, you can answer this question. Come to this question, question 27, 2015. Consider the following statements. Rajya Sabha has no power either to reject or to amend a money bill. Rajya Sabha cannot vote on demands for grants. Rajya Sabha cannot discuss annual financial statement. Again, here they are testing your factual knowledge, but at least you can apply your intelligent guess over here if you have understanding over Rajya Sabha's power. M Lakshmikant का बहुत important chapter है. अगर आप पार्लियामेंट पढ़ते हो, द चैप्टर ऑन पार्लियामेंट इन एम लक्ष्मीकांत बुक, then you must have studied about Rajya Sabha, Lok Sabha. Secondly, if you prepare budget, abhi recently budget was passed in 2025. If you prepare budget, then also you can easily, if you have seen the speech, heard the speech, you can easily identify the incorrect option and you can get to the correct answer. Again, Government of India Act 1919. Here you cannot apply guess. If any direct static question is asked where you should have factual knowledge, अगर factual knowledge है तो आप यहाँ पर guess नहीं लगा सकते, but still you can use elimination method. Why? Because if you understand the features, अगर आप रट नहीं रहे हो, समझ रहे हो, गवर्नमेंट ऑफ द फर्स्ट चैप्टर ऑफ एम लक्ष्मीकांत बुक, आई शो यू द बुक. The first chapter is historical background where this act is given. All the acts, regulating act, PITS India Act, etc. So if you have understood the features of Government of India Act 1919, comparatively आपने सारे acts पढ़े हैं, you have made a comparison table, then you can again eliminate the incorrect option. Okay. So here you need to understand from 2015, since 2015 till 2024 what has happened. Now UPSC is trying to test your factual understanding. यूपीएससी ये चेक कर रहा है कि आप कुछ पढ़ रहे हो तो फैक्चुअली आप कितना उसको सीरियसली इनग्रेन कर रहे हो दिमाग में. हाउ वेल फैक्चुअली अवेयर यू आर यू जस्ट प्लेइंग ऑन योर गेसिंग टेक्निक, or are when you are reading something you are understanding it, you are revising it, you are factually memorizing it. These three things are being tested now. Okay, now there is two kinds of learnings. First is deep learning, second is known as shallow learning. UPSC is trying to eliminate students who are focusing on shallow learning. Different magazines, different resources they gather and they just go through those resources. Instead they do not invest time in one standard book and revise it thrice. तो जो स्टूडेंट्स एक रिसोर्स पे, दे आर नॉट रनिंग आफ्टर मल्टीपल रिसोर्स, दे आर पिकिंग अप वन रिसोर्स एंड they are memorizing it, revising it thrice, those students fall in the deep learning category and through PYQs you can identify your own category. आज हम वही करने वाले हैं. We are going to solve previous year questions and we are going to see where we stand. Okay, everyone, you have to tell me in the comment section in which category you are moving. Okay, now let's start solving this particular question in 2015 which was asked. Okay, let us have a look at this question. Question number 27. I'll use another ring so that we can solve this question nicely. Okay? Pay attention to this question, how I am solving the question. Just look at it. So I'll just erase. I hope that you have written down this aspect. Chalo. Now here, statement number 1. Read it very carefully. Okay? Rajya Sabha has no power either to reject or to amend a money bill. Now we all know that the constitutional position of Rajya Sabha is compared to Lok Sabha, right? But that constitutional position can be studied from three angles. I'll just create another slide. Yes. Now over here, यहाँ पर देखो, when we talk about the constitutional position, please write it down, make notes with me in the class. This is going to be really important. Constitutional position of Rajya Sabha as compared with that of Lok Sabha. It can be studied, can be analyzed from three major angles or three major areas, or you can say parameters. ठीक है, तो हम एक लाइन बनाने वाले हैं यहाँ पर. वी आर गोइंग टू मेक अ लाइन ओवर हियर. नाउ पे अटेंशन. ओके, फर्स्ट एरिया इज status of Rajya Sabha and status of Lok Sabha. Second area is, now in the status we will first find those areas which are equal or which are same. Second area is again status, but those areas which are not equal or not same. Okay, and third will be some special powers. We are going to compare powers of Rajya Sabha and powers of Lok Sabha. These are the three areas on which we make comparison, right? When we talk about, जब हम यहाँ पर बात करते हैं equal status of Rajya Sabha with Lok Sabha, so what is the equal status? यहाँ पर आप देखोगे that we have introduction and passage of ordinary bills, constitution amendment bills, and financial bills, involving the expenditure part also from the consolidated fund of India, right? Then next we have election and impeachment of president, okay, or removal of vice president. Then we have approval of ordinances issued by president. Then we have of ministers selection of ministers. Then we have enlargement of jurisdiction of Supreme Court and UPSC. Okay, so these are the areas which is highlighted in the book itself. हमारी NCRTs में हमारी M लक्ष्मीकांत पे ये highlighted है. Now what is the status or what are the things where both are Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha cannot be compared? So first हो जाएगा money bill. A money bill can only be introduced in Lok Sabha. Okay, मनी बिल जो है सिर्फ लोकसभा में इंट्रोड्यूस किया जा सकता है, नॉट इन राज्यसभा. सो राज्यसभा कैन नॉट अमेंड इट कैन नॉट रिजेक्ट इट. सो फर्स्ट स्टेटमेंट इज करेक्ट. व्हेन फर्स्ट स्टेटमेंट इज करेक्ट, सी कैन बी एलिमिनेटेड. 2 and 3 इसको एलिमिनेट कर सकते हैं. ठीक है, ओके. नाउ मनी बिल राज्यसभा में नहीं आएगा. ठीक है, आपका लोकसभा का पार्ट है वो. फाइनेंशियल बिल, राइट इट डाउन. फाइनेंशियल बिल नॉट containing matters of Article 110 can be introduced only in Lok Sabha and not Rajya Sabha. Okay, not in Rajya Sabha. आगे बढ़ते हैं. स्पीकर ऑफ लोकसभा. व्हेन वी टॉक अबाउट द स्पीकर ऑफ लोकसभा, यहां पर हम लिख लेते हैं द स्पीकर ऑफ लोकसभा presides over the joint sitting. When there is any kind of tie between Lok Sabha Rajya Sabha, joint sitting is called. Lok Sabha का स्पीकर प्रिसाइड करेगा. ठीक है, सो दैट मीन्स लोक सभा बेसिकली आप बोल सकते हैं वहां पर अपर हैंड हो जाता है. लोक सभा हैज द पावर, प्लीज राइट इट डाउन, टू कंट्रोल द पर्स. दैट मीन्स Rajya Sabha cannot vote on demand for grants. So second statement is also correct. Second is correct. A will be eliminated. Okay, but again we have two options, B and D. But if you have read the budget or heard the budget speech, you must have seen that Rajya Sabha also discusses the annual financial statement, right? During the budget आप देखोगे budget का मौसम चल रहा होता है तो हम पढ़ते हैं सब लोग, both the houses discusses. So third statement is incorrect. Now this can be applied through common sense also, because we all, when we are preparing for UPSC, we are all hearing the budget speech, right? अब यहाँ पर टेस्ट हो रहा है कि आपने बजट स्पीच अच्छे से सुनी या फिर रटा रटाया ज्ञान जल्दी से कहीं से पढ़कर आपने याद कर लिया. सो अगेन इट इज इंपॉर्टेंट, वेन एवर बजट गेट्स पास्ड, लिसन टू द प्रोसीडिंग्स इन द हाउस, what is happening. So third statement is wrong. That means D will be eliminated. So which option are we left with? B. तो कौन सा ऑप्शन करेक्ट हुआ? B is the right option. Okay, this is how you apply what you have studied. This is called applied technique. इसको हम बोलते हैं, write it down, applied technique. Whatever you are reading in the book, when you solve previous year question, you apply that knowledge. So please understand, and I request all of you, do not think that you have studied a chapter, revised it thrice, and you are done. No, until and unless you have solved previous year questions, your work is only 20% done. 80% तभी आपका काम खत्म होगा जब आप PYQ सॉल्व करोगे. यही सत्य है, यही सच्चाई है. And many students, they run away from solving PYQ. They think, "Arey, our scores will be very bad, so we are not going to solve it." Arey, when you score bad, you understand where your weaknesses are. Scores, good scores are not a sign for improvement. Good scores basically are telling you कि in this particular subject you have done enough mastery. In this particular topic, your hold is strong. Bad scores are showing you if this topic requires revision. Even if you have revised thrice from the book, you are not solving the question correctly from previous year question. That shows you have not understood that topic. ठीक है, इसको बोलते हैं why, you know, the importance of solving previous year questions. And that is why we have made the practice PYQ tool on Super Kalam free. You click on it over here, you practice any year of previous year question, select Indian polity. Let's say मैं यहाँ पर Indian polity subject select करती हूँ. Then topics में I will select, let's say, judicial review, fundamental rights, etc. I'll start practicing, and when I start practicing, I get to know about my preparation level. तो यहाँ पर मैं जैसे जैसे क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करती जाऊंगी, ठीक है, the more I'll solve questions, the more I'll understand where I am lacking and where I am actually strong. After this class, I'm going to give you a test also. Let me see how many of you can apply these techniques that I'm teaching you. So we have used applied technique first. Now let's solve the next question. Government of India Act of 1919 clearly defined separation of power between judiciary and legislature, jurisdiction of central and provincial government, powers of the Secretary of State of India and Viceroy, or none of the above. I'm going to mark this question like this, ठीक है, ताकि highlighted रहे question. First, let us understand about the Government of India Act 1919. ठीक है. Now over here, when we talk about the act, जब भी आप M लक्ष्मीकांत book में first chapter पढ़ोगे, what are you going to do? You are going to make mind maps. Only your mind maps are going to help you in revision. आप mapping कर पाओगे topics की. For example, we know that when we talk about the British government in this particular act, it was for the first time on 20th of August 1917 that its objective was gradual introduction. It basically announced that our objective is gradual introduction of a responsible government. This word was being used by British government, responsible government, because आपको पता है वो वाला period many people were becoming aware that we want to rule our own nation. स्वराज चाहिए हमें, है ना, हम खुद को रूल करने के काबिल है. People were becoming aware of this fact. So British government said we are going to gradually introduce responsible government in India. And when we talk about the Government of India Act 1919, it was enacted and it came into force. It came into force in 1921. Now I have seen students ratifying this. Ratifying means cramming 1919 but came into force in 1921. Yet they don't understand there are two separate things. One, something which is written on paper, and something which is executed. सो इट वॉज एग्जीक्यूटेड इन 1921. यहाँ पर आप देखोगे इसको 1921 में एग्जीक्यूट किया गया. ठीक है, यहाँ तक पॉइंट क्लियर हो गया सभी को. नाउ दिस एक्ट इज ऑल्सो नोन एज इट इज ऑल्सो नोन एज मॉन्टेग्यू केम्सफोर्ड रिफॉर्म्स. Now here Montagu was the Secretary of State, SOS. Chelmsford he was the Viceroy of India, VOI. Okay, Secretary and Viceroy of India. Now what were the features of this particular act? अब इसके features क्या थे? This is how you make mind maps. So when we talk about the features of the act, first of all, it relaxed the central control. Central control over what? Over the provinces. So basically they were trying to tell us that we are separating central and provisional subjects. Okay. Now it further divided the provincial subjects provincial subject को डिवाइड कर दिया गया कितने पार्ट्स में, इन टू पार्ट्स, ट्रांसफर्ड एंड रिजर्व्ड. ओके, नाउ गो बैक ओवर हियर, इधर आ जाओ जल्दी से. रीड द ऑप्शंस अगेन, फिर से ऑप्शंस पढ़ो. नाउ हियर इन द ऑप्शंस यू विल सी separation of power between judiciary and legislature. No, this did not happen. इसको मैं कट कर देती हूँ, ये तो नहीं हुआ था. jurisdiction of central and provincial government, yes that happened. इन्होंने प्रोविंशियल सब्जेक्ट्स को दो पार्ट्स में डिवाइड किया था, सेंट्रल कंट्रोल को रिलैक्स कर दिया था, डिमार्केट किया था सब्जेक्ट्स को दो पार्ट्स में. सो बेसिकली दे वर डिफाइनिंग jurisdiction of central and provincial government. ओके, सो अगेन सी आपका हट जाएगा, डी आपका हट जाएगा, A is the correct answer, sorry, B is the correct answer over here, and this is how we actually understand something and then solve it. For example, you have made mind maps and understood like this. If then after understanding a concept you solve the PYQ, you will feel confident. Easily, I always advise all the students, you have studied fundamental rights today, go and solve previous year question with Super Kalam. After that your confidence will rise because you will see whatever you have studied how it can be applied. तो ये आपका factual, this was the factual question, the factual technique. I'll just write with red ink. ठीक है, तो ये हो गया आपका factual technique जो हमने यहाँ पर apply की है. We have applied the factual technique over here. ठीक है, समझ आ गया यहाँ तक सभी को? Now 73rd question can only be solved if you are having a strong hold over this particular topic. जब इस टॉपिक पे स्ट्रॉन्ग होल्ड है तभी इसको डायरेक्टली, तो यहां पर ये हो गया आपका अगेन, इफ श्योर अबाउट योर नॉलेज देन go for it. So I want all of you to answer this question in the comment section. 73rd question का आंसर और आपने कैसे सॉल्व किया ये मुझे आप comment section में बताओगे. ठीक है, I have solved 2 questions, third one you will tell me. Okay, now let's move on to the next aspect. What is going to be our approach in this class? We are going to identify common trap questions where UPSC traps you. तो वो ट्रैप हमें पहले पता चल जाएगा तो we'll be safeguarded in the actual exam. Then we'll see repeating themes in PYQs. Elimination technique सीखेंगे हम. वैसे तो मैंने आपको सिखा दिया, I have taught you the elimination technique, but still we'll solve more questions to learn more about elimination technique. High yielding topics we will see, and conceptual versus factual versus applied question. 2 type of questions I have showed you over here, applied and factual. ठीक है, conceptual भी वैसे आपको दिखा दिया, but we'll see more questions. Okay, चलो let's get started. Let's have a look at this question asked in prelims 2023. Read the question very carefully. Okay, which one of the following statements best reflects the chief purpose of the constitution of a country? Now I'll tell you the source of this question. Very easy source. Source of this question is class 11th NCERT. Class 11th की NCERT, Pol Science NCERT is the source of the question. The very first chapter itself, page number 2 or page number 3, okay, of that chapter. So here, what is the trap? आपसे ट्रैप आइडेंटिफाई करने को बोला गया है. ट्रैप ओवर हियर इज हाईलाइटेड बाय यूपीएससी. सो यूपीएससी कभी कभी ऐसा भी कर देता है, खुद से ही ट्रैप को हाईलाइट कर देता है. द ट्रैप इज द वर्ड चीफ. There are different purposes of constitution, but they are asking only the chief purpose. If you do not read this particular trap, you will get confused in this question, because determining the objective of making laws, necessary laws, that is also one of the purpose. Then if it enables the creation of political office and government, that is also one of the secondary purpose. Defines and limits power of the government, that is also one of the purposes. Secure social justice, ये terms भी हैं, देखे जाते हैं. But if you don't want to be confused, if you want to be smart, then you have to identify the trap. So the trap in this question is the word called chief purpose. Out of all the purposes, they are asking the chief purpose, the main, the very important primary purpose. Now, how to identify that? If there is a constitution, there will be a responsible government. Yes. if there is a constitution, write it down, वरना भूल जाओगे, लिख लो. That means there is a responsible government. Now if there is a responsible government, that means a government which is well defined. And over here, when we look at the options, we have option number C. हमारे पास option number C हो जाता है, because our chief purpose in the constitution is a country which is being run by a responsible government as per the wills of the public or the citizens, which is well defined. So constitution defines the powers of the government. That is how we become a democracy. Constitution limits the power of the government also, वरना it can become monarchical or hereditary in nature, right? Anarchical हो सकती है. So to establish democracy, to honor the will of the people or the will of the citizens, there need to be limits also. And C is the chief purpose of the constitution in this case. Okay, let's move ahead. Look at this question very carefully. Consider the following statements. Right to the city. Now this was a unique question asked by prelims in 2021. Right to the city is an agreed human right, and the UN Habitat monitors the commitments made by each country in this regard. Right to the city gives every occupant of the city the right to reclaim public space and public participation in the city. Right to the city means that state cannot deny any public service or facility to the unauthorized colonies in the city. Because the right to the city is highlighted in every statement, an aspirant who has not properly studied about right to the city will think, अरे it is talking about our fundamental rights. ये तो हमारी fundamental rights की बात हो रही है. So then, as per the right of a particular citizen, he or she will mark these statements. But the majority of the students committed this mistake in 2021, that they did not focus on UN Habitat. They did not focus on the word human right, because this was highlighted by UPSC. कभी कभी UPSC ये trap भी खेलता है. They will highlight something which they want you to read so that you can ignore the important part. Here you need to understand that right to the city was, what is it? क्या है ये आखिर right to the city? Basically it is, write it down, a holistic approach. It is a holistic approach. Right to the city basically helps to improve. It helps to improve the quality of everyday life. Everyday life where? In cities. In cities. And right to the city, if a student has very nicely studied the editorials, so he or she or they will know that right to the city is at the heart of the new urban agenda which was agreed at Habitat 3. Habitat 3. बेसिकली यूएन हैबिटेट एजेंडा आपको पढ़ना पड़ेगा इस क्वेश्चन को सॉल्व करने के लिए. दैट मीन्स करंट अफेयर्स आर इंटीग्रेटेड इनटू पॉलिटी एज वेल. Okay, so UN Habitat, what it does, it partners with different kind of local governments, civic societies, private sectors, etc., so that they can plan a commitment कि to improve the life of people in the cities, we can do these kind of works. For example, क्या करते हैं? Social functions. They conduct social functions. You will see in Delhi, in Dwarka area, there are different kind of you can say initiatives which take place: cycling initiative, running, marathon, etc., right? So these kind of different initiatives basically improves the life of people. Weekends पे होता है, right? The next, quality public spaces. अगर आप in Delhi, in Connaught Place you go, there are separate by-lanes for cycling. छोटी छोटी यूलू बाइक्स हैं, वो चला सकते हो साइड में दोस्तों के साथ. So there are quality public spaces. Then inclusive citizenship. There are pavements, there are different kind of spaces where the handicapped people can also drive, the old people can also walk, etc. Cultural diversity, all these kind of things are promoted by UN Habitat in partnership with cities and local governments to improve the quality of life, to improve the dignity and peace in a particular area. So here statement number 3 अगर आप देखोगे, right to city means that state cannot deny any public service or facility to unauthorized colonies in the city. That is wrong. Right to city does not mean guarantee of any public service. Write it down. It does not mean guarantee of any को अंडरलाइन कर दो, public service or facility to unauthorized colonies. It guarantees common goods and services which are essential for the quality of life. It is focusing on the quality of life. So third statement is wrong. B को हटा दो यहाँ से, D को हटा दो यहाँ से. Now statement number 2 is absolutely correct. स्टेटमेंट नंबर 1 की अगर हम बात करें, स्टेटमेंट नंबर 1 इज ऑल्सो करेक्ट. सो ए विल बी एलिमिनेटेड. सी इज द करेक्ट आंसर. ओके, बट अगेन बिकॉज वी वर ओनली फोकस्ड ऑन राइट टू सिटी वर्ड, इसको ही एम्फसाइज किया गया था, तो वी विल जस्ट कंसिडर इट एज वन ऑफ आवर फंडामेंटल राइट्स. और उस पर्सपेक्टिव से आवर पर्सपेक्टिव विल चेंज. वी विल नॉट कंसिडर द हैबिटेट 3 एजेंडा ओवर हियर. वहां गड़बड़ हो जाती है. ठीक है, आगे बढ़ते हैं. नाउ लेट्स मूव अहेड. नाउ आई एम गोइंग टू शो यू टॉप रिपीटेड टॉपिक्स इन प्रीलिम्स. नाउ पे अटेंशन टू दीज 4 questions on screen. One question from 2024: under which of the following articles of Constitution of India has Supreme Court of India placed the right to privacy? Question 92 in 2018: right to privacy. 2021: right to equality, directive principles of state policy, right to freedom, concept of welfare. Question number 92 2021: right to property. That shows us how important studying fundamental rights chapter is for all of us. Fundamental rights का chapter पढ़ना हमारे लिए बहुत जरूरी है. If you are studying this chapter from NCERT and M. Lakshmikant book, you need to revise from both the books at least thrice and solve PYQs of last 10 years on fundamental rights. Questions are repeated. कुछ नया question नहीं बनता है, वही repeat होता है. In different sentences, in different language, they will ask the same question, as you can see on screen also. Screen पे भी देख सकते हो आप. Language different है, question same है, right? Solve करने का तरीका भी same है. The way to solve it is also same, but the core theme of the topic is same, that is fundamental rights. So top repeated topic लिख लो फटाफट से. 1 is fundamental right, then we have DPSP, we have citizenship, then we have emergency provision, then we have local government, municipality and panchayat, local government. These are most repeated topic. Then we have Supreme Court, we have parliament. ये मोस्ट रिपीटेड टॉपिक्स हैं. इन चैप्टर्स को कम से कम 3 बार रिवाइज करके PYQs प्रैक्टिस करने ही है आप लोगों को. Now let's start solving the question. Under which of the following articles of the Constitution of India has the Supreme Court of India placed right to privacy? Correct answer undoubtedly over here would be Article 21. Now why Article 21? Let us understand that. Article 21 basically talks about right to privacy. ओके, ये राइट टू प्राइवेसी की बात करता है. दैट मीन्स एवरीवन हैज द राइट टू लाइफ एंड द राइट टू पर्सनल लिबर्टी. I'm going to underline the word liberty because the word liberty is also UPSC's favorite. I'll show you why in the coming slides. Okay, and this is given both to the citizens and to the non-citizens. ये भी याद रखना बहुत जरूरी है. UPSC has asked questions which right are not given to non-citizens, and this particular right is the associated Supreme Court case over here is KS Puttaswamy case. The Supreme Court held in this case that right to privacy was also included in right to life and right to personal liberty. There are other cases also that you need to study. For example, we have, write it down, A.K. Gopalan versus State of UP 1950. Now यहाँ पर क्या हुआ था कि this case was also a kind of evolution of Article 21 that you have to study here. ठीक है. Then 2017 में आपका जस्टिस KS पुत्तास्वामी केस तो हुआ ही था, which established right to privacy as a fundamental right under the Indian Constitution. Okay, so this has to be studied, plus Article 14, Article 19, Article 21 is considered a part of the Golden Triangle. These three articles have to be prepared. ये तीन आर्टिकल्स तो प्रिपेयर करने हैं, बिकॉज वी कैन सी क्वेश्चंस गेटिंग रिपीटेड फ्रॉम दीज टू आर्टिकल्स. एंड व्हेन इट कम्स टू अमेंडमेंट्स, अमेंडमेंट्स की जब बात आती है, देन 42nd अमेंडमेंट, 44th amendment, 86th amendment, and over here as far as I remember first amendment. These four amendments you have to prepare. इसको कम से कम 3 बार रिवाइज करना है. Now let's have a look at this question asked in 2018. Right to privacy. Right to privacy is protected as an intrinsic part of right to life and personal liberty. Look at the play of words of UPSC. 2024 में ये क्वेश्चन पूछा गया डायरेक्टली, बट बिकॉज केएस पुत्तास्वामी जजमेंट केम इन 2017, 2018 में क्वेश्चन वाज आस्क्ड. वॉट एवर इंपॉर्टेंट सुप्रीम कोर्ट जजमेंट्स आर गेटिंग पास्ड, प्लीज प्रिपेयर देम. आई विल ऑल्सो टेक अ क्लास ऑन इट वेरी सून, बट प्रिपेयर करना है. नेक्स्ट ईयर क्वेश्चन वाज आस्क्ड, which of the following in the Constitution of India correctly and appropriately imply the above statement? Now they are going to test your analytical skills as well as your memorization, your awareness, how well you have prepared the judgment. Article 14 and provisions under 42nd Amendment to Constitution. Article 17 and DPSP. Article 21 and freedoms guaranteed. Article 24. बताओ, अब तो ये कॉमन सेंस हो गया. कौन सा क्वेश्चन करेक्ट होगा इसमें? करेक्ट आंसर इज आर्टिकल 21. बताओ क्या गड़बड़ थी? अभी अभी हमने पढ़ा है, इजी था ना क्वेश्चन, इट वाज इजी पीजी. आर्टिकल 21 से हमने आइडेंटिफाई कर लिया यहाँ पर. नाउ यू कैन सॉल्व द रेस्ट 2 क्वेश्चंस. ये 2 क्वेश्चन आप सॉल्व कर सकते हो इजीली. डायरेक्ट क्वेश्चंस टेकन फ्रॉम एम लक्ष्मीकांत बुक एंड एनसीईआरटीज. डायरेक्ट क्वेश्चन है. ओके, सो आई एम गोइंग टू चेक योर आंसर्स इन द कमेंट सेक्शन. मैं आपको होमवर्क देती जा रही हूँ. आई एम गिविंग यू होमवर्क. आई वांट ऑल ऑफ यू टू आंसर दीज क्वेश्चंस. 2 होमवर्क फ्रॉम ओवर हियर एंड 3rd होमवर्क मैंने यहाँ पर दिया है आपको. दिस इज योर 3rd क्वेश्चन एज होमवर्क. ठीक है, चलो लेट्स मूव अहेड, आगे बढ़ते हैं. Now have a look at this question directly asked from NCERTs. Question number 21. Which one of the following factors constitutes the best? अब देखो, UPSC always highlights. UPSC अपनी तरफ से आपको हिंट देने में पीछे नहीं हटता. UPSC gives direct hints. Constitutes the best safeguard of liberty in liberal democracy. There are 2 terms over here. First is liberty. Second is liberal democracy. Okay, now let us see first how to define these 2 terms. Well, basically highlights the word liberty. Okay, so preamble emphasizes on the freedom, on the importance of, write it down, freedom from, I'll just erase this, yes, freedom from restraints on individuals which allows them to pursue their own path, to express themselves. Okay, so liberty of thought, liberty of expression, liberty of belief, faith, worship, etc. The word comes from there. Now the question is liberal democracy. Liberal democracy, basically it is characterized by, write it down, protection of individual rights and freedoms, रूल ऑफ लॉ के ऊपर क्वेश्चन डायरेक्टली आया है प्रीलिम्स में. फ्री एंड फेयर इलेक्शन, दैट इज लिबरल डेमोक्रेसी. इट बेसिकली एम्फसाइजेस ऑन द प्रिंसिपल्स ऑफ इक्वालिटी बिफोर लॉ, फ्रीडम ऑफ स्पीच, प्रेस, असेंबली, सेपरेशन ऑफ पावर. ऑल दीज टर्म्स you will find over here in liberal democracy. Now let's have a look at the question. Which one of the following factors constitutes the best safeguard of liberty, protection of liberty? एक लिबरल डेमोक्रेसी में इनमें से कौन से ऑप्शन है जो आप लिबर्टी को बेस्ट तरीके से प्रोटेक्ट करेंगे? कमिटेड जुडिशरी, सेंट्रलाइजेशन ऑफ पावर, इलेक्टेड गवर्नमेंट और सेपरेशन ऑफ पावर. सेंट्रलाइज गवर्नमेंट ऑफ पावर तो नहीं होगा. इफ देयर इज सेंट्रलाइजेशन ऑफ पावर्स देन हाउ कैन यू से इट्स अ लिबरल डेमोक्रेसी, है ना? सेंट्रलाइजेशन ऑफ पावर में तो लिबरल डेमोक्रेसी आप बोल नहीं सकते, बिकॉज सेपरेशन ऑफ पावर का फंडा यहाँ पर उल्टा हो जाएगा. The correct answer over here would be D, separation of power. Just now I told you, liberal democracy, there is separation of power, system of checks and balances. Elected government तो ठीक है, but बेस्ट सेफगार्ड पूछा गया है आपसे व्हेन देयर इज See, when there is separation of power means division between legislative, executive, and judicial functions. It minimizes the possibility of arbitrary decision making. Every organ is keeping a tab on each other, right? So, that is the best safeguard of liberty. If, let's say, we are not happy with any bill or any kind of rule passed by the government, we can easily go to judiciary. So judiciary also keeps a tab on executive and legislature, right? So separation of power is the correct answer. ठीक है, तो ये हमने कैसे सॉल्व किया? हाउ डिड वी सॉल्व दिस क्वेश्चन? बिकॉज वी अंडरस्टूड द डेफिनेशन ऑफ लिबर्टी एंड लिबरल डेमोक्रेसी. 2021 का ये इजीएस्ट क्वेश्चन था, बट स्टिल स्टूडेंट्स गॉट कंफ्यूज्ड बिकॉज ऑफ द नॉन अंडरस्टैंडिंग ऑफ द प्रॉपर डेफिनेशन ऑफ लिबर्टी एंड लिबरल डेमोक्रेसी. ओके, सो नाउ आई एम गिविंग यू 2 क्वेश्चंस एज होमवर्क. ये 2 क्वेश्चन आपके होमवर्क क्वेश्चन है, डायरेक्ट स्टैटिक क्वेश्चंस है. दीज आर डायरेक्ट क्वेश्चंस दैट यू कैन सॉल्व. ओके, आई एम वेटिंग फॉर योर आंसर्स इन द कमेंट सेक्शन. बाय द वे, फ्री के 2 नंबर है यहाँ पर आपके. ठीक है, चलो let's go to the next question, which was asked in 2019. Again, I'm showing you the power of understanding and revising so that you can solve and gain 2 marks easily. आप यहाँ पर ना क्वेश्चन से घबराओ नहीं. If you are revising thrice and you are practicing PYQs, because we solved this question in 2018 also, we solved this question in 23 also, 24 also, 17 also, तो 19 में भी solve हो जाएगा ना. Which article of the Constitution of India safeguards one's right to marry the persons of one's? Very easy question. B is the correct answer over here. अभी अभी हमने पढ़ा आर्टिकल 21. अब ये कौन सा केस था? दिस वॉज, राइट इट डाउन, लता सिंह वर्सेस स्टेट ऑफ उत्तर प्रदेश. सुप्रीम कोर्ट viewed the right to marry as a component of right to life. Right to marry was seen as a component of right to life. Under which article? Under article 21. दिस वॉज ए न्यूज. ऐसा नहीं है कोई बाहर से पूछा गया आपसे, ये न्यूज में था. मैं आपको, आई एम मेकिंग यू सॉल्व दिस क्वेश्चंस टू मेक यू अवेयर. फ्रॉम करंट अफेयर्स क्वेश्चंस आर बीइंग पिक्ड. कोई बाहर से इधर उधर से क्वेश्चन नहीं आ रहे हैं. यू जस्ट हैव टू स्टे अलर्ट. What did we study today? The elimination technique. Technique number 1. What was the technique? When you have strong hold on the facts. For example, we solved a question. I'll show you which question did we solve. यहाँ पर हमने ये क्वेश्चन सॉल्व किया था. वी हैड स्ट्रॉन्ग होल्ड ऑन बजट डिस्कशन. वी न्यू दैट बोथ राज्यसभा एंड लोकसभा डिस्कसेस द बजट. थर्ड स्टेटमेंट तो ऑब्वियसली गलत हो जाएगा. एनुअल फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट बजट में ही तो आता है, राइट? सो दिस इज द डायरेक्ट स्ट्रॉन्ग होल्ड. If you have on the concept, you can solve the question. Second, reverse engineering technique. कहाँ पर लगाई हमने reverse engineering? Where did we apply reverse engineering? Again, यहाँ पर question number 28. Another reverse engineering technique that we applied was, कहाँ पर लगाई थी हमने? Yes, here reverse engineering technique we applied. Then another reverse engineering technique we applied over here, right? यहाँ पर हमने लगाई right to privacy में reverse engineering technique. एंड वी सॉ यूपीएससीज लव फॉर फैक्चुअल करेक्टनेस. हर क्वेश्चन में हमने देखा है यूपीएससी स्पेसिफिकली इन फंडामेंटल राइट्स वाला टॉपिक, एवरी ईयर क्वेश्चंस आर गेटिंग रिपीटेड हियर. वी हैव सीन यूपीएससी लव्स to check your factual correctness, to check your hold on facts. So we have also applied this concept, conceptual versus factual versus applied technique. Conceptual questions जो सोचने के बेसिस पे होते हैं, लिबर्टी वाला क्वेश्चन अभी हमने सॉल्व किया, लिबरल डेमोक्रेसी एंड लिबर्टी. फैक्चुअल क्वेश्चंस मेमोरी बेस्ड, गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया एक्ट 1919 वाला क्वेश्चन वी सॉल्व, आर्टिकल 21 का क्वेश्चन वी सॉल्व. अप्लाइड क्वेश्चन, द क्वेश्चन एनुअल फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट, राज्यसभा एंड लोकसभा, राइट? So we have solved all kinds of questions from PYQs. Now is the time for your test. अब आपके टेस्ट का टाइम है. After this class ends, I am going to give you 5 questions to you, 5 test questions, mini test to you in the description box of this video and in the comment section, and also on our Telegram community with mind maps. and you have to apply these two techniques that we learned, elimination technique and conceptual versus factual versus applied technique, to solve those 5 tests. Okay, all the best everyone, and tell me in the comment section which should be the next subject on which I should make a class like this. अगर आपको ये क्लास अच्छी लगी ना, तो नेक्स्ट कौन से सब्जेक्ट को पिक करें वो आपको बताना है, ठीक है?